Hello my Owlettes, and welcome back to another video in the Christmas Creative Series. Today we're going to be covering the journal. So I'm covering my journal. So if you guys are playing along with me, you're covering your journal too. So as I mentioned in my last video, I really like the cover that I made for my September journal. This is using an old made with love but not quite made correctly quilt. And so and as I mentioned in my last video, I had some kits that I called the homespun kit, mini kits this week actually, and they all sold out, you guys. So if you're getting one, yay, I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do mine that I don't have to have my sewing machine. Excuse me. So I have my cover, and I've been back and forth on which one I wanted to use. Pretty much, give or take, like I said, it's not made like precise, these quilt pieces, because they're hand stitched and they're, you know, they needed a little bit of guidance. But I've been looking, and as I mentioned before, in my journal, I put the Big Bird I Can't Wait for Christmas, I Can't Wait Until Christmas Sesame Street little golden book in here to make it into a junk journal. So I want to kind of use quite a bit of yellow this season, this Christmas. And I have these cards that have a Big Bird on it. And then I wanted to show you guys really quick, before I get into making this, a couple little things that I found. I mean, I feel like I just totally scored in the department of, I had to go buy UPS, and then right next to our UPS is the Dollar Tree. And they had these guys. Oh my gosh, they're little figurines, you guys. How cute is that? Look at this Oscar the Grouch one. So yeah, so I got these. I want to be making Big Bird into a charm when we get ready to do our charms for our journal. And then I had picked this up last year at Claudette's, my favorite craft store in the whole United States, because I have never found anything else like it ever. She's up in Maine, and what I like about her, she's been in business for 30 years. I know I've probably mentioned it before, but I'll say it again. She's been in business for like 30 years, and she has kept everything. So you can go in there and find vintage crafting, and I love that, you know. So anyway, but I had come across this last year. It's a little kit, and look at all the yellow in here. And this is at Christmas. This is Christmas themed. It has like bells, reindeer, has white angels, yellow angels, red Santas, yellow wreaths. So it really does a combination of red and yellow, which I thought was very interesting. So that was perfect, right, for this year, since I'm going to be doing a lot of yellow in my Christmas theme. So yeah, so I've been going back and forth on what cover to use to go along with that, and I think I'm going to do this yellow, and I'm going to use Big Bird as a centerpiece for my journal. And like this one, I love this one too, because it has the red and pink, you know, on it, because that really emphasizes to me the red and green and pink Christmas as well. So let me see. So I have this one. I'm looking in the camera as I'm filming to see, kind of get a different perspective. And then I have the yellow and green, which this is what I'm feeling drawn to. It's not exactly Christmassy, but I'm going to be dressing this up to where it's going to be so, and to me, Christmas is all the colors, all the prettiness. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is kind of size this, and typically like one of these squares is the size of my composition book, and I'm going to of course put it on the back side. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this out, these two squares out. I don't have my material scissors in here. And as I said, this quilt was made with a lot of love, but just kind of not experience, I guess. So yeah, so it's going to be jagged because we're just going to be cutting it out, and we'll be cleaning up the edges. And that's kind of like how I'm really enjoying this, this kind of journaling. Is this, you know, it is a junk journal, so this just kind of adds to the funky junkiness of it. So yeah, so I'm going to cut out this. Okay. Put that aside because we will be using that later in our journals. And as you can see, as I cut, you know, it just needs to be cleaned up. I'm not doing anything precise. I am just going with it. I'm just kind of making it to, just to clean it up where I could put it on. Like, look at this big piece that there we go. Okay. So, Brazos, my daughter, had bought this batting, cotton batting. I have no idea, nothing about sewing, you guys, so this could be completely wrong, but she likes to do the same kind of concept to her planner, but she cuts out felt pieces and does an applique. And so I was lucky that she got it. Now, I have in the past used just felt, so you can use felt. I just like to add a little bit of more padding to this, so to make it, you know, it adheres better, and it's just overall feels better to the touch. So again, you could definitely use a piece of felt if you don't have this batting, but I was lucky enough that she went and bought this for herself, and now I'm using it. She doesn't know I'm using it, but she doesn't mind. So I'm gonna take all this. I have a big stack of papers that I plan on using in my journal, but I'm gonna remove it from my desktop so I can have a little bit of space here. Okay. So what we need is to measure this out to fit the journal. And again, I don't know what kind of batting this is. I don't know what it's used for, but it will work for our project. Okay. This is when I wish I had a really long table to work on, but that's okay. We're going to go with it. So I'm going to cut, eyeballing it here. Yeah, this is really where I could use my material scissors. Okay, so I'm going to start there, and then I'm going to kind of just flip this over and see exactly where, and I don't mind cutting it a little bit bigger just to be on the safe side. I'm just cutting a little slit there so I know. Remove my book for a minute. Let me cut it this way first. And again, I'm just eyeballing it. You may be like, how do you know you're going in a straight line? I have no idea. I'm just kind of looking at where I need to go, and I'm cutting straight ahead. This is, yeah, these scissors are not meant. Let's see what other scissors I have over there. These are worse than these. I know, I need my material scissors. That's okay. How many times am I going to say that? Alright, let's check it out and see if I did a good job of sizing it down correctly. Looky there. Looky there. Pretty good eyeballing, you guys. Okay. Oh, my nose. Alright, so getting my material back. Where? Oh. Okay. So it's a little off. This may be, let's see what this is going to do. This may be a little, see how this isn't made exact? We're going to might have to like work with that a little bit. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, so on the back side, this thing is a lot shorter because, like I said, it's not made precise, so we can stretch it out as much as we can, and then we'll cover it up the rest with some trim to make it look more, you know, even. So I'm going to get my fabric glue, and I'm going to be very, very generous with it on the cover here. I'm squeezing as I go. I want quite a bit. And again, I'm going to kind of do it on the cover here a little bit, but the most important part is those edges. We're going to just put that batting down. Oops. Now, if you wanted to sew, like to have your journal do a sew, I learned this actually when I went to a retreat a few years ago, and if I ever get my sewing machine set up, which that's part of my want to list, is sewing this first and then gluing it on to the journal. So I would actually sew the batting and the cover together and like make the whole cover up, and then I would eventually sew it. But you know what, this works too. But I do love the stitch look, you know. So now I know I have excess over, and I'll be cutting that off. So okay, now that part is on there, now we're going to do our second layer, which is our quilt. And so I'm just going to follow luckily I can see through this, and I'm just going to follow the quilt, the book lining. Now keep in mind when you're doing this, you guys, and this is just me, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, unless you are wanting it to be perfect, then, but I am not a perfect person I'm not a perfect person anyway, but you know what I mean, like, when it comes to being precise, I'm terrible at that. I am messy, I'm wonky, and that's okay, because that's like perfect for who I am. Okay. So as you can see, let's see here, let's stretch it out. There's quite a bit of not covering it, right? Which before it looked like it did, but once you put the batting on there, it says, no, I'm not big enough, which is okay. Because actually, let's see, what did I do with my other one? I think I might have cut, I was just kind of looking at what I did with the other one. I might have cut it a little bit bigger just to fit, but I have a different idea for this one. Okay, so, oh, looky here. See, this actually is a little longer than this. Okay. So, let's go ahead and do this side. And some of the stuff I may use, like when I get into my trims and stuff, I may use a hot glue gun, so I have my hot glue gun heating up as well. And I'm just kind of doing this, because once it does adhere to those edges, it should not worry about the center of it all. Okay, so here we go. We're going to try to stretch this out as much as we can. Right. Eek. Come on, cover. Stretch out, stretch out. With it being so wonky, it does have a little bit of issues with being perfect, and that's okay. And get messy, because I'm getting messy over here. Okay, with the glue. Alright. So, we have that part done, and it's very moist, you guys. Okay, so, I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to trim the edging. I know what I'm working with here. Trim this side. Have y'all seen the, I'm sure you have on social media, Brazos has shown me several of them, and I think they're so funny, is that they're doing the Halloween, like, everything's Halloween, and then all of a sudden they, like, last night she showed me this one where it was this Christmas mug. They were buying not mugs, but they were buying Halloween mugs or whatever, and then all of a sudden the Christmas one shows up. It's like, you know, like, we don't want to rush. I'll give you my Tim Holtz scissors, because this is a little bit tricky when you need a little bit shorter scissors on those edges, and those are just not sharp for cutting. And anyway, I just thought it was so cute how, because it is exactly how we feel, like it's Halloween, but then it's Christmas. Like this Friday night, you guys, oh, tonight, because it's Friday today, they are going to be showing the first Hallmark movie. I'm actually doing a planner meetup with guest speakers at Little Craft Place, so I'm still in that Halloween mode of getting that done. Okay. Alright, so, you know, it's wonky, but we're going to fix all that with trim. Okay. Alright, so we're going in with the card, and we're going to glue that down, and then I have actually, I'm going to do some pom-pom trim around it in red. So let's go ahead and glue that down. Now what I might do with this also, since just to add a little bit of stability to this card, I may use some of this batting as well and glue it to that. My other card is actually, I bought it off Etsy from Shoe Flower. She has such amazing, like, vintage. Also, I'm going to be covering my desk, you guys, soon for the for gotta have it Christmassy, you know. But she has it, her name is Shoe Flower on Etsy, and she's got so many. That's where I got that last one. That I bought so many from her. Let me show you an example. I like to support people that I love, small business wise and handmade. But like, these are some of the ones that she has that I've bought from her in the past. And so these, like, it's like they're cards, but adding that trim, I wish I knew how to do that, but see how cute that is? Oh my gosh. I wasn't doing Christmas. Oh, I have Christmas ones too. With some of them, I wish I had my angel in here. There's an angel that I just love, but I keep her out all year long. So I'm just going to add this little batting to Big Bird's card, just to add a little bit more stability to the card. And we're going to trim it out with that pom-pom trim. Okay. It feels a little better. Okay, so with this one, I could use hot glue, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use the fabric glue too. Okay, nice generous amount. And we've got Big Bird on. Now with this trim, I am going to use hot glue. It seems like it quickly adheres, which is what I need when I'm doing the trim. Especially when it's really getting bumpy over here. So I'm going to add some hot glue. If y'all have a Dollar Tree nearby, they have pom-pom trim there in green, red, and white. I was so surprised to see it there, like a good amount. That's what I'm using right now. Oh no. I think with hot glue it just strings around sometimes. Unless y'all know of a great hot glue that doesn't string, please let me know. I went back and forth because you know what else you could also do on this is like just get regular pom-poms and glue them around. I think that would look so cute too. It's funny, every time I used to use hot glue, it always reminded me of Christmas because that's usually when I would use my hot glue gun. So, all right. There we go. Perfect. Glue down those edges. And that's so cute, you guys. Okay, let's see, it's all coming together. So cute. Okay, now for, and see as it dries, I mean, you see the edges, right? But I'm gonna do something to help that. So, okay. So I have, you guys know I went to Maine and I got a ton of trim and I've been adding it to all the kits and stuff, and so I have, which really surprises me, I have this yellow. I mean, tell me if that's just not the perfect match ever for what I want to do. I think I need to already go back, you guys. I need to go back to get my more trim. Okay, so I'm on the fence. I think I'm gonna hot glue this because I need it to really, and I'm only gonna start doing it a little bit at a time, but I really want, I don't know, I need it to adhere like pretty quickly because since it's gonna be going around, and I'm just putting a ton on there because I don't want it to come up, ooh, hot, And if it starts peeling up for some weird reason or another, getting it down is the main, I can always come back in. But this is that really high temp glue. But I can always come in and like, and dab some, this is my fabric fix on there. And then that covers up that batting, right? Okay. So while I'm gluing this, I will give, so the next video, I'll kind of talk about, I still haven't put out a schedule yet. I know, you guys. I have been so trying to get all the kits out the door, which I have one more kit I need to get out the door. I think I have one left over, you guys. So, I don't know if I do or not. I'm getting all my orders filled, and then if I have another one left, I'll post it. But I don't know how I got off number, but I'm really terrified to say, oh, I got an extra one, and then for some reason I didn't write someone's down or something. You know, that's always like a paranoia of mine. And so, how adorable is that so far? Okay, so this is where we have to make a decision. Do we want to just leave it on the top? Do we want to put trim, the matching trim on the bottom, which really makes it look like cute as it as can be, which I kind of like this. Or do we want to do a different color? I wish you guys could like talk to me and say, do that, because I can't make a decision. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. You know, it's, like I said, it is what you love, right? And I'm loving this yellow trim. It's perfect, right? And literally, you guys, I barely touched any, buying the trim, I barely touched any in her shop. She has so much to pick from. And I just literally randomly pick things. I had no plan for anything. And this yellow is like meant to be. And I need more glue. I need another glue stick. Okay. I'm going to really get in there and cover that batting up. Hold that down. Let me, the glue stick. I'm looking at my glue stick holder. I've had it for years. I'm going to show it to you guys because it is part of the Christmas. Remember when Target, remember this? There was Raggedy Ann one year and it was Snowden and Friends. And I think Raggedy Ann was part of it too. Target really didn't do stuff like that anymore. They really changed their, what do you call it? Their style. Their signature. They're more, I don't know, different. Okay. There we have the trim. Now, we could just leave it like that. But we're extra, right? So, let's get to the trim bag and see what else we got. Now, I could make it a little bit more, you know, Christmassy looking. I know I thought I had some more of this, but I kind of just like the yellow though. Or maybe not cover up the yellow with the trim as much. Let's see what else I got. I have this rickrack. I think I got this at a thrift store. Anytime you go to a thrift store, go to the sewing section. They always have, like, usually bundles of things. So we could do, oh yeah, let's do that. Okay. Now with this, I have to be kind of really, really skinny with the glue. I'm almost tempted to do liquid glue on this one, but if I hurry and really, really get it stuck down, we may be good. Again, I can come back in here and reinforce whatever I need to as I use the journal. I forgot this has a little gap on there too. I'm just going to close that in as well. Okay. Yeah, I actually bought a lot of this trim too. I bought a bunch of thicker, bigger trim because I'm planning on covering all my lampshades funky junky this year. It's part of my 50 before 51 quest. And so I bought quite a bit of like thicker pieces of trim that I wouldn't necessarily use in my journals. And this yellow might have been part of that, but it works perfect for the journal, don't you think? Ow. Don't burn yourself. Okay. I know. I know they make those little silicone, and I've even got them in a Happy Mail before, but do I ever have them handy when I'm hot gluing? I need to put them in my hot glue gun case there. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue inside here just to adhere that closed. You guys, it's so cute. I can't wait to add the charm. And so I'm gonna wrap this video up with this. Let me actually do one more thing, and then because I don't want to start adding trim yet to the pages because I haven't gone in there and glued them and what do you call it? Glued them and washi taped them up yet. Excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry about that. So I don't want to do that just yet because I want to get those washied up. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm so proud of it. I love how it came together. Okay, and also the inside cover. So I guess I could go ahead and do that really quickly here. So the inside cover is going to be, remember this is my November and December journal, right? So the inside cover is actually going to be a pocket, and I'll tell you why. So let's go ahead and cover this with some paper. Ooh, perfect turkey paper for this. So in this last kit that I did, one of the kits is the Grateful, Thankful, Blessed kit. I actually think I have a little few more in the I'm going to use regular glue stick. In the shop. Last time I checked, I think I had like a few left. But so basically, this one is doing a little mini, and you could include it inside your journal, like as like a little tidbit, or you could create, you know, you may already keep a gratitude journal, or you have one going. But for me, I'm going to be using the kit, and I'll show you what was in the kit, so you have an idea what the heck I'm talking about. Okay, let me trim this down. I'm going to use the paper scissors. Oh, I've got some material in there and my cutting. Hard to see. So I kind of like, I started one last year, and I know, I say I started one, I know. I was terrible about keeping it up, but I really love spending time in my journal. It's like, okay, and the reason I'm going ahead and doing this insert inside is because I want to show you that, but also I'm going to add a little bit of trim here because I want to like close that in a little, you know, more closed in. So I'm going to create a little pocket here, and I have this really cool material that that I got in a Happy Mail. It's pieced together. How cool is that, right? So I thought about using this as a pocket. To hold this little book. This is where I'm, right? So this is going to be, every day I want to do is 30 days, and I want to just focus on gratitude, blessings, and thankfulness, as because the kit was grateful, thankful, and blessed, and it actually has little stickers. Let me show it to you really, guys, real quick. I just want to show you all the stickers that I'm talking about. It actually has the little stickers in here that you can use in the journal itself. And there's 30 of them. So each day you write down something that either you're thankful for, or you're grateful, or you're blessed. And I want to really do that and include that in this little book that came in here and pop it into the journal and have it as like a little insert. But also, I don't know if this is what I want to use. I feel like it needs to be more sturdy. But I like it. But if I tuck it in, let's just hypothetically think like this. I don't want to, I mean, am I making more of an issue out of just use something different, you know? Like I could use a piece, just use a piece of paper, use a piece of cardstock. But anyway, let me look in here real quick. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm sniffling this morning. This is another piece, but I'm going to actually use this. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, you guys, is I'm going to have to punch a hole here to do my closure, because I was going to do one underneath it. That's okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. But I really want to have something that I can pop this in and tuck it into. Okay, so with that being said, let's get out. Oh, looky here. What is this? Piece of material. Found something. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna use this one instead. I don't know, that other one. I didn't want to cut it, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this. Luckily, this has like stripes on it. I want to make it where this will kind of stick out a little bit. Okay, this has stripes I can follow. Okay, so it's about here, and it's about here. I mean, don't you love my eyeballing? No, but that's what's great about using stuff with stripes and lines. You can use it as your guide. Okay. That was just a random piece of paper, piece of material I had over there in my stash. Okay, so now to make this a little bit more sturdier, we could use either that batting, which would work fine. We could do that. Or we could use cardstock, which would work fine. Let's see if I can have a piece of thick cardstock. This one right here. But I kind of maybe wanted a little bit of give, so I think I'm going to use the batting. I was just going to be like, Mother, you used all my batting. No, there's plenty of batting here for both of our projects. Okay, so we're going to cut this out again. Using these scissors, they're a lot more sharper to cut. And again, I'm going over the edges because it's hard to do this on my small table. Which is fine, we can trim it down. Okay. Okay, so let's glue this on the edges here. And I'm going to use my hot glue gun. Where does this go to? Right here. That on there. I'm always in a rush to do this because this hot glue melts so, dries so quickly. And then when it dries, it's no good. Okay. And then I'm going to take my fabric fix. Whoops. And I'm going to trim that edge off there. Excuse me. There's something in it. Well, we had a cool front, you guys, and I'm not complaining at all. I absolutely love every minute of it because that means I love this part of the time of the year. It's my favorite time. Okay. So that's going to take a little bit of time to glue. Time to, what do you call it? Oops. Dry. And I do want to come in and add a little bit of some trim just to pop out a little here. Keep in mind though, I am going to be, let's see what it looks like from the front, because it would actually be going this way. I might, let's see here. What else do I got down here? I thought I had some white lace. I know I did. Oh, there it is. I picked up this at Warrington, you guys. $3, you guys. $3. I love finding deals like that. If you don't know what Warrington is, oh, this is kind of too big to go. Well, I know I have some other lace that's a little bit smaller, but Warrington's like a big flea market. It can be more. The part I go to is like the flea market. But I always find different trims there. I found this like huge spool of pink pom-pom trim that I have been using, gosh, for like 2 years now. I'm wondering when it's going to end, which I'm okay with it not ending because it's amazing. But so if I put this on there, where's my book? It would secure that a little bit more, but I'm just not liking the big piece. I think I'm going to go over here like this with this. Make it more frilly. There we go. And I'm just going to use the fabric fix. And this is why the journal gets so fluffy. Which I like the fluff along with the stories, but I love the fluff. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of like this. I'm gonna have to probably keep out and let it dry before I fold it up, before I close it. And this is probably something I'll be adding glue to as I go along, because gluing lace down is sometimes very tricky. This is where if you had the sewing machine, you wouldn't have to worry about having it dry, you know? Okay. So what will happen is this will pop in here like that. But I'm going to wait until, yeah. I'm going to wait till this dries. And then I do want to still add a little bit of trim to the edge here, or not. I think I'll just wait. We've done a lot today, don't you think? I think so. And this you could even put, you know, because we're extra, right? We could even put this as edging, which is what I'm going to do because I like to make it a little bit sturdier here. Once it dries, it'll work out good. I have glue all over myself. You know what would be really, really cute? If I had a patch or something right here. A big bird patch. Or, you know, any kind of cuteness. Or a button. Oh, buttons would be so cute. See, I mean, we could keep on and on and on, you guys. Endless possibilities. Endless. Okay, so we're going to call that good. I'm going to leave this open and let it dry. And my next step is to put the lid on is the next step. We don't want our glues drying out. The next step is going to be, I really like the way it turned out. I'm gonna figure out, I'm gonna try something different. I gotta get the supplies for it to get the date on the front. I have an idea. I don't know. I think I might have a different idea. I just thought of a different idea. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry, and then our next step, I'm gonna come in and do this off. Is I'm gonna glue the pages together and add the washi. So I'll do that offline, of course, because that's just like, you know, maybe while I'm watching a Hallmark movie tonight, you guys, I'll do that. That would be perfect. And then we'll come in and add our trim, and we'll start getting it decorated up for November, because it's gonna be here. All right, you guys, this was so much fun. I am in love with my book already. Thanks for following along. And oh, and then we're going to be making our charms too. So charms may come with the trim, because we're jazzing up our journal, you know. But all right, you guys, y'all have a super sparkly day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.